Welcome back. We're now delighted to be joined over the telephone by our guest for the afternoon, Mr. Elhamy Zayyat, our tourism expert. It's a very good afternoon to you, sir.
Hello, how are you?
Fine, thank you, and thank you for joining us this afternoon. Let me start by asking you, Mr. Elhamy, what factors have contributed to this 14.7 increase in Egypt's tourism revenues between July and March from last year till 2025?
Well, many factors. We cannot say just one single factor. But first of all, despite the fact of all that's happening around us, Egypt is still considered as a safe place. This is the number one issue. Number two, it's still the most reasonable destination among the region around us. I mean, if you look at Greece or Rome or any other destination, they are quite expensive. So this is the second reason. The third reason is the promotion which Egypt is doing now.
Yes.
We are doing good promotion intelligently, and that's a major factor. Especially that the Minister of, the Minister of Tourism was previously the Minister of Civil Aviation, and he knows all what goes between aviation and tourism. So the advertising or the promotion is going well. So all this is contributing to the increase in tourism. Also, there is another fact which is very important, is that there are some destinations which could not travel for the past few years. I'm speaking about Australia and New Zealand. Although they are far and small comparatively, but they are very important because, number one, they have been deprived from traveling for a long time, so they will travel. Number two, they stay long time. If you travel all this distance, you stay in Egypt at least between 10 and 14 days. Number three, because they spend good money. So from all points of view, these are important destinations which were not existing in the past.
Indeed, Mr. Elhamy. Also, the government has played a great role with regards to the infrastructural development in the country. We're talking about airports, roads, networks, transportation networks, as well as hotels, for example, and room occupancy rates, etc. How do you see this also affecting the increase in the number of tourists visiting Egypt?
First, the infrastructure, I agree with you, especially in terms of roads. The number of roads that are existing between any 2 points in Egypt now, you can easily manage to go. Only one small exception is remaining, is between Siwa and Farafra, and that's not very important because there is still a piste road, but not asphalt road. The road exists, so this is very important. Number two, we know that the airport, the new airport in Sphinx, which is here in Giza, is also a big factor. It's adding many, many low-cost flights. However, we should take care of one thing very important. The airport is mentioning Sphinx, and it doesn't say Giza or Cairo or anything. So for the person who books from abroad, unless it's a group booking or a travel agency booking, they don't know where Sphinx is. So it's very important to add on the map Sphinx Giza or Sphinx Cairo. Whichever way, it's very important.
Indeed.
But other than that, the infrastructure is there. Now, if we go to the coast, to the west coast, the west coast, as you know, there are many projects now taking place on the west coast. And these projects, beside the projects that concern the Egyptian companies, there are a lot of Kuwaiti, Abu Dhabi, all the Gulf area is investing, and not simply just saying we will do. No, they are investing money.
Indeed.
And finally, the transfer of funds from Qatar to Egypt, and it's a direct transfer for future investment. This has made Egypt look very stable in front of the foreign people who look at it as a potential destination.
Indeed. Mr. Elhamy, let me ask you as well, Egypt has worked very hard over the last few years to really diversify its tourism and the different kinds of tourism that have been made available in Egypt. Now, just from the usual beach or cultural tourism, we've moved to different kinds of tourism like sports, health, conference tourism, religious tourism, lots of different venues available to cater for different needs and different desires by people from all around the world. How important do you see this diversification as well in attracting people from all around the world?
We take one by one because each one has its particularities.
Yes.
If we take religious tourism, for instance, yes, there has been a lot of efforts spent in this field, yet it's not promoted properly by the private sector. The private sector who is responsible of all this thinks that he can promote it everywhere. It's not true. We have to look at the areas where people go to church, for instance. This is a potential, has a potential client if he has the money and the means of transfers. So I would look into Africa in the first place. These are the largest number of people, or the highest percentage of persons going to churches. And we have countries as rich as Nigeria. And Egypt is already serving Nigeria. So we should look at promoting in Nigeria, because that's a good point. Number two, we should think of promoting not all the visits in one shot. No one will come to Egypt to visit 31 points in one shot. 31 points mean at least 36 days. So you need the time off and you need the money to do this. So if you have one, you don't have the other. So we have to reduce it. But this is a private sector effort that should be directed towards reducing and making it 2 shots, 3 shots. It doesn't matter. Because people, if they come to Cairo, they would like to see definitely the pyramids. They would like to, if they go to Luxor or Asyut, they have to extend it to Luxor to see Luxor. And so they don't have all the time for religious tourism. And this must be clear for the private sector. Now, for the sector on the beach, on the west coast, it's very important for the people investing there to understand that there are high season, there is a high season and the low season. But also there is what we call in tourism shoulder season, which is the season in between the two, like from the 15th of November until the 15th of May. This is the cold time. Is there potential tourism during this time? The answer is yes. We have the airports on the west coast, and there is a lot of companies in Europe that have their internal meetings somewhere outside of their offices.
Right.
And it's a close-by destination, very affordable. So all what we have to do is highlight the fact that we can host this kind of event. And the second very important thing is that if we get this kind of people to have their small conferences here, that there is some amusement, that they won't be tied all day in office or in work, and then there is nothing to do. So the people investing there, they have to be creative and create some kind of amusements.
Indeed. Right. Finally, of course, I can't let you go, Mr. Elhamy, without discussing a very important development, which is just around the corner, which is the inauguration and official ceremony inaugurating the Grand Egyptian Museum, known as the GEM. A very, very important chapter with regards to Egyptian tourism and cultural heritage here in Egypt. How do you see the upcoming inauguration with regards to the marketing around it and its importance afterwards with regards to attracting visitors and cultural enthusiasts to Egypt? I'm afraid I've lost the phone connection, another problem, technical problem with our lines. Apologies, and thank you very much to Mr. Elhamy Zayyat, our tourism expert, and our guest for the afternoon's edition of Cairo Local Time.